Hello, hello, hello. How are we? Oh, it's been a while since I've done a YouTube live, isn't it? Well, I'm back. To be fair, I've not even watched the F1. Good reminder, though. Don't think I bother watching practice these days, especially practice 1 or 2. I'm not really that interested. But I did look at a video on YouTube literally just a minute ago, well, 5 minutes ago, of the McLaren updates. Look pretty good, to be fair. Maybe have a car that's worthy of what do you call it? A points finish, maybe. Guess the result. Red Bull probably win. Red Bull streak, have you seen it? It's ridiculous. It's like all the way from summer last year. There's only one driver or car that's won a race other than them, and it was Russell in Brazil in the Mercedes. Every other one has been Checo or obviously Max. Dominant. But I don't blame Red Bull for doing well. I blame the other teams for not catching up, and I think Ferrari and Mercedes have dropped the ball massively. So McLaren, because they were looking pretty good for race wins 2 years ago. Well, or at least contending for podiums and stuff. But now it's obviously Aston Martin. Hello, everyone. So yeah, I'm back on YouTube because Twitch has too many restrictions. It was doing me head in. However, I am planning to do gaming streams on Twitch though, for a bit of fun. Bit of F1 23, bit of Football Manager as well. So if you want that sort of stuff, go over there. Ethereum total stake amount in the queue is great. That reminds me actually. What is it called? Token. Let's have a little look. It's been a while since I've actually fully looked at this, actually, the unlock. Because when it first happened, everyone was panicking about this. Not too bad, is it? So 16.84% of the supply is now staked. A lot more people are depositing than actually withdrawing, double the amount, which is good. So yeah, it's looking a lot better. As I say, people really panicked at this when it first came. I was like, oh my god, there's going to be loads of people withdrawing because they've been staked. Nah. It's an opportunity to actually make some passive income for once on Ethereum. But yeah, there's always, I don't know what the queue is going to be like moving forward. I'm hoping that changes, so I may just have to unlock my ETH. So yeah, I do have mine staked, to be fair, but I'm quite happy hodling for a while. But the interest rate is going back to normal rates, which is fine. So yeah, it's looking all right. I mean, I'd like to see this way over 20% of the supply, but we'll see. But yeah, the 45-day queue is going to suck balls, isn't it? It's quite a biggie. Oh yeah, gas fees on. I hate Ethereum for it. Hate it. I think holding Ethereum's good for network effects and longevity of the network growing, but using Ethereum, I don't like doing it. I hate the fact that it's always the thing that I hate more, and people will agree with me, I know this. When you haven't got enough and you want to do something, then you got to go and get some more Ethereum from somewhere else, whether it's on another exchange or just send it over to that wallet. It's like, oh my god, what a nightmare. And then you're spending even more money by getting it over there. It's like, fuck. It winds me up. So yeah, I like to use other networks, like, realistically. Certain times I don't mind using the ERC chain when it's just like a normal transfer. That doesn't worry me, especially if it's with like an exchange. But if you're doing it standalone on your own wallets and use a MetaMask or Uniswap or anything like that, I'm like, oh my god, this is horrendous. But yeah, Litecoin, XRP as well for moving stuff around, usually pretty good. Near Protocol's pretty fast if you're looking to move money around as well. It's just one of those things. If you want to go from exchange to exchange, it's just sometimes quick is easy, but the quickness doesn't bother me. It's the cheapness I like. But there's a lot of good ones out there now. Back in the day, there never used to be, and it was a nightmare. Anyways, shall we have a look at why this video / live stream could be important? Because we'll do BTC first. I think we're going up here, boys and girls. It's a keyword, think. Might be wrong. This is a huge, huge level. And let me just address the elephant in the room. Let me just remove all the junk. This is a monthly close. This is the first time in a very, very long time we will close above a lot of regions on the monthly. It closes in 10 hours and 52 minutes. Not far away. So it's looking incredibly strong. When you start putting structure on it and you're looking at the swing high into the low, went right on the nose where I said on Twitter, by the way. I'm not gloating at all. Clearly not. Maybe if we break out 34,000, peoples will come back to the market, I think. That is a nice close. If that closes like that, it is a very nice one. And it's very, very bullish. Now, this is the other question. Everyone's talking about Bitcoin dominance. Altcoins are doing all right today. Bitcoin dominance is actually, well, let's not get too excited. Ash, come on. It has pulled back a little bit, right? Now, there's grounds here for a correction, obviously. Come on. But the reality is Bitcoin is still strong, but the altcoins are doing okay today, just today. But we've got to look at the most obvious thing in the room as well, is the fact that stable currency dominance, if I'm going too fast for you, sorry, is in somewhat of a little bit of a downtrend, potentially. So this could still go lower, which would indicate that more and more stables are coming out of the market and going into altcoins or going into Bitcoin itself. And that could actually lead to BTC dominance going higher because that is going lower for obvious reasons. But yeah, it's a lot of green here, which is looking relatively good. But it is only one day. You know, we'll see how things do actually go. But yeah, it's looking pretty damn strong right now. It's looking really good. So nice little support at the EMA 21. Potential breakout could be happening, but a monthly close on a Friday? Ooh, we'll see. Could get very, very interesting, but yeah, there's some fantastic plays that could be happening very, very soon. A bit of a correction, which took the piss really on a lot of things, but we're doing pretty well today. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on the dominance. But yeah, for me, dominance has to pull back at some point. It can't just keep going up. If this goes even down to like 49, 48%, you know, altcoins will catch up a little bit. Altcoins, in my opinion, when we look at these BTC pairs, it's like, why are you not buying these? Why are you not looking and having any sort of maybe not this one because of all the shit involved with it, but you see the idea. Get me bins emptied. Sorry for the noise. Pick the times, don't they? So yeah, there's a lot of things. But XRP doesn't look great. Still in a range that could fly off. Solana's had a good move the last few days, as you can see. So we're going to get to a point. And I said this on the Learning Crypto live stream. And by the way, there's a little offer in the top of this stream. There'll be a point where they will react. And I think the biggest one was Ethereum, right? So when you're looking at this on a weekly time frame, now I've put this here for effect because I can't see a 50% drop happening. If that happens, well, Bitcoin dominance is going to fly. But we've got to look at the most obvious thing here, right? This is a big level. And obviously, so is this. So, with regards to this, bloody hell. Oh, they're gone now. Well, they will be in a minute. If this bounces, obviously what's going to happen is BTC dominance is going to change. And obviously Ethereum dominance will gradually rise a little bit. But we'll see. Deviation. But this has been in this area for such a long time. So, yeah. We'll see how things go. But I get a little bit annoyed when people are like, oh, it's going to go lower, it's going to go lower. And then you look at like the BTC pairs and you're like, yeah, some will go lower, obviously, but some will probably go not much lower. Like, really, like, are you really going to scoff at like levels like this on Cardano, like literally 2020 levels? It's like, to anyone in the room, and you were up here in like 2021, and you would have, if someone said to you, oh, you'll be able to buy again in 2020 levels before the pump, you'd probably go away. No chance. Not a scoob. So yeah, there's opportunities all over the gaff. DOT, again, same sort of levels. DOT is at all-time lows. So this is why I'm talking about it quite a lot, thinking there's opportunity. And most people probably remember one of my tweets from ages ago when I said about DOT like being under $5 is free money, and it took off like a rocket. Well, to me, you know, 1,670 Satoshis is madness levels. Like, this is low. And I know people don't like it as much as me, and that doesn't bother me, but this is a good example. Even if, right, let's just say even if we don't go to all-time highs, but we do like a 4x. If you're putting 1 BTC in that, I know not everyone's got 1 BTC just to flop into a coin, but get the idea. You can make 3 times as much BTC, which is quite nice. So the risk to reward on a lot of these are really good. As I say though, going back to like the monthlies and stuff like that, you know, there's some assets that don't look that great. You know, yes, this is not the greatest risk to reward, but there's obviously an opportunity here. But some look unbelievably good. Unbelievably good. But it doesn't really matter what you're using, really. Stop shilling dot. Yeah. You don't have to buy it in BTC, by the way. You can buy in USD and then sell in BTC at the time when you come to sell. If you want to do that, it's all the same metric. Just easier if you got BTC sometimes. But yeah, this is a nice, beautiful little relief rally, if we're going to call it. I don't know where this... Let's have a look, actually. So yeah, this is like a real key level. This is like the 50% mark of the correction from 48,000. Oh yeah, 48,000 to the lows. We're at the point now of the 50% correction. The 618 is 35,000. So yeah, it's done well. Done very, very well. Just Bitcoin's just doing its thing at the minute. It just doesn't give a shit. It's looking quite good. Chainlink's a shit coin. Don't buy Chainlink, man. Come on. They've got a developer wallet that's like ready to get shat on. Sol's doing well at the minute, yeah. Someone just mentioned that to me this morning, and I looked before the live stream on Learning Crypto. It's like, whoa, bang! So we've broken out of that shitty range, and we're starting a freshie. Factory will go from this point here. Nice little structure break there. Looking relatively good. So we broke out of that level. Probably will come back down and retest some areas, but yeah, it could go back into where that range is. Because when you zoom out, it's quite an ugly range. But you got to go down to go back up sometimes. Oh my god, there's songs outside now. Why aren't people not supposed to be at school? Anyways, what else we got? V-chain. V-chain's decent. V-chain always does well in a bull market. I mean, this is a mental chart. Actually, you probably won't be able to see that. Hold on, give me a V-chain chart. Look at that. Hold on, let me just remove all the cack. That's ridiculous. Chinese coins are always good sometimes. You just got to be careful though with what you buy. Like, this is a thing, like, no one's going to be like a crystal ball. And, you know, we're talking about monthly closures on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes higher, people will start inherently just get excited. And then you'll start looking at this thinking, it could go lower, or there'll be a thing where maybe this might not ever happen, so obviously don't quote me on it, but if there's a mini alt season because of the correction of the BTC dominance and then finally all these have bounced a little bit and, you know, get excited, people be like fuming because they've not bought these low levels. Like, oh, why didn't I buy? So you've just got to make your own decisions and your own choices. But like stuff like, doesn't even have to go to all-time high. It doesn't even have to go anywhere near all-time high. You know, even V-chain from this point here all the way up to that previous level here, which is like not that far away, where actually rejected in the past, still a 3x. That's still like, to a lot of people, that's a lot of money. So you've got to be reserved with how you're doing things. You know, don't get too caught up in the emotions of buying when it's low, because if you're looking at levels like this, you're thinking, yeah, it should be all right. Is it a bad idea to only hold alts? Depends on what you want to do. For me, you should be taking profit into Bitcoin at the end of this, whenever this future cycle comes around. So if you start noticing that the BTC dominance is starting to go low again, or very, very low, and you've been riding the wave, maybe put some of your profits into BTC. But we'll see how things go. I'm going to ignore quite a lot of questions, by the way. Don't be insulted. But me talking about altcoins all the time, most of them look the same, in all fairness. Bitcoin Cash as a DCA isn't a bad option because people are going to think, oh my god, you're a Roger Ver fan. I'm not. The fact of the matter is, where is it? So, I know it's already pumped, which is really annoying, and I've obviously kind of said like something, just saying, no. The reality is, halving's coming. And this is going to be the first ever halving for Bitcoin Cash, technically, right? When you think of it. So, the hype's there now. obviously you've probably missed the boat. So you got Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin SV, and Litecoin halving before BTC halving. And you can imagine there, like, people have already made some bank on this already. I mean, for me, I'm not interested. I don't really like to go for pumps like this, but this could go much higher. Just a bit of hype in it. But yeah, it's getting really, really interesting to see how things do go. Let's have a little look. What else have we got? You can stake V-chain, but it's using their V4 and it's not that good, in all fairness. AGX for long term will depend on what product they bring out in terms of AI. It's one of the long-standing AI products. Had a bit of a pump with the AI kind of mantra that was going about, but obviously this is quite a new chart on Binance, but in a bit of a horrific downtrend actually. Have I got a better chart? Oopsie. What we got? Oh god, hold on. Give me a Qcoin chart. There we go. Oh god, I looked at this a while ago. So, yeah, you can see it. This is the AI narrative. Big, massive push to the downside. The only thing with this, as I said before, it will depend on so many different factors. The fact that this went pretty much to its all-time high twice, which is quite good, but in the bear market. So depends on where you bought really in terms of how much potential you see, but this is the only really AI that was around prior to the AI pump that I can remember. There's probably others, but there wasn't many in terms of the AI technology. Quite a lot of projects are now conveniently are AI, which is always fun. But this area here where it's just been, where it's bounced off, it may be a relief rally, but we'll see. There's a tiny little lower high kind of appearing here, so you need to be mindful of that. Altcoins could reverse at any point right now because they've been punished that much. Like, look, like at the end of the day, right, when we're looking at statistics, let's just go from this point here. You know, it went down roughly 60-70% in that move. They're not going to go down forever. They're not going to go down forever. No way. But this is why I say to people, and this is why a lot of people are like, oh my God, you're going against Ben Cohen. I'm not. You're just telling people not to buy, and I'll tell people to buy. You know, if it bounces and you miss it and it fucks off like Bitcoin Cash, because that could happen, you'd be like, oh, I was going to buy that. Damn it, I've lost it. You just got to be somewhat careful. Was I joking about ZIL? No, I'm not. Genuinely, if it goes to 1 cent, I will look to rebuy my bag. Because that is, I was buying just below 1 cent back in the day. So if I look, but hold on, let me go back in time. So I bought, oh God, I was about this sort of May, June time, sort of like I was buying Zilliqa, like below 1 cent, which is crazy, right? And then I got even more dollar cost averaging because of the GZIL, and that went crazy. So I'm just looking at this price thinking, it looks all right, doesn't it? So yeah, some people probably think I'm taking the piss, but I'm just looking at it thinking, what about if it rides up? But it doesn't have to go to all-time high. Even if it goes like 5 cents from here, it's like, cool, money. But I don't know. I probably won't do it. I don't think it'll go that low again. But famous last words, I probably jinxed it now by saying that. But I may just focus on Polkadot Parachains or something like that because they're relatively low versus Zilliqa. But we'll see. We shall see. I don't really like Pluton anymore just because of the tax factor. So the way I look at cards and stuff, it's kind of a bit of a shitty situation, especially with the Ethereum blockchain as well that it's on. You put money into it and then you convert it, which is a taxable event essentially if you're doing it from Ethereum side. So yeah, it's just like shit really. And then obviously you get passive income, which is the Pluton rewards. Again, you get taxed on that. So I was like, it's not worth it. So I just rather go on Swissborg and just withdraw cash and just spend it like a normal card. Personally, that's how I do it. Still think I think Injective's decent. I talked about that back in 2020 when it was tiny. I didn't buy it though, unfortunately. It took a while to get going though. Sold ZIL at profit here. Oh God. Veracity I'm not a fan of. I think DOT can make an all-time high because DOT's DOT's life cycle is different to most coins. Some assets won't make an all-time high because of the different supply, but if you look at DOT, it came out relatively late. So in 2020 it came out. It didn't have one parachain active at all. Now it's got 44, right? So we've got 44 parachains involved. The staking rewards are very good. The amount of people that locked up in staking is really good, along with the crowd loan element to it. So with a bit of hype and the developer growth and all the new releases coming, as well as more parachains, they're looking to have unlimited parachains in the future. That's one of the big things that they're looking to do in the next couple of years. You know, in my opinion, not financial advice, when you compare Polkadot and Ethereum in terms of life cycle of where Ethereum was after 1 year of launch, Polkadot is a lot different, a lot bigger, and they are layer 1 blockchains, not just like little ERC20s, they are actual layer 1s. So for anyone that's not used to this term, a layer 1 is where you can build on top of it. You know, Ethereum, you can't build technically on top of it. You can't really make a layer 1 blockchain with Ethereum because Ethereum is a layer 1. So yeah, this is why all these multi-chain side chains and substrates and that are really important, where frameworks of coins can build, even though they're on the Ethereum network, they can build another one and put it elsewhere, which is kind of restrictive in one way for Ethereum. So yeah, it's getting very interesting to see what happens in the future. We'll see. But yeah, there's a lot of exciting stuff happening as well. Someone just mentioned Pokedex. Pokedex could be interesting. I think DEXs in general, decentralized exchange, is going to be huge in the future because, well, it's obvious, isn't it? Like, why get suffocated by centralized exchanges or regulation? Decentralized exchanges, if they've got limit orders in them, like Uniswap, the new Uniswap's going to have, sweet. It makes life a bit, if it makes it cheaper, obviously. But that could be hard, easier said than done. But we'll see how things go. There's a lot of things that need to happen. A lot of things, but we'll see what the regulation framework will give us. What else is happening today? Near protocols still in this. There we go. New range. What other question? Tell I've not been on YouTube for a while. Logic questions. I have no idea what's happened with GZIL. The thing is with Zilliqa, and even though I'm like saying I might buy it, they still blocked me on. So like they blocked, like who gets blocked by a crypto for no reason? By the way, I didn't do anything bad, not that I know of. Probably piss on someone's chips. But yeah, I have no idea what's happening. So I need to go and do some research if I am going to do it. I don't know about GZIL. GZIL was a freak, right? So if you've never bought into the ecosystem and you have no idea what we're talking, I don't even, it's not even on here. Bear with me. So this was like a token that you got for voting, basically. And you got it via staking, and the staking rewards when it first came out was relatively luxurious. And you're probably looking, this went crazy, right? Let me just show you how. Look at it. It went fucking bananas, right? And Zilliqa didn't go up that much in value, realistically. It went up quite a couple of multiples, don't get me wrong. But, you know, it only made me, I can't remember what it made me, but it was a decent chunk, about a 30x at least. But this was just bananas. This was just mental. It went from, what, $75 to like 604 in a matter of weeks. It's like, what? So yeah, I just converted all mine into Zilliqa, then I put it as a zero-based cost, and then it brought my average dollar cost down again. I don't think this physically works now. I don't think this is the thing that, yeah, I think it's kind of pointless now when you look at it, the grand scheme of things. With the GZIL token, I don't even know if the GZIL token is a thing that you get now. I don't know. As I say, I'm out the loop because they blocked me on social media and I don't really care anymore. Arseholes. Just saying. What do you think? Decentralized storage could be interesting in the future, to be fair. It could be very, very interesting in the future. But we'll see. We'll see. The thing is, decentralization has to get better, doesn't it? Like, we can't just be always using centralized stuff because stuff happens, stuff goes wrong. But we'll see. The thing is, what's hard is the learning curve of people using them. So we think Dropbox, we think obviously Google Drive, etc. Right? Yeah, relatively okay, easy to use. But when you put the word decentralized and having to use tokens and utilizing certain things that are a bit different, it's like, oh my god, what's this? If we work on that, we've got a winner, really. But we'll see. Arbe's all right. Legacy, it's a legacy kind of DeFi protocol, though. It's like relatively, it's all right, but there's better out there now. But we'll see how things develop with that, because I think DeFi's kind of grind to a little bit of a halt recently, just due to the fact of what happened in 2 years ago, which isn't fun. Oh, look, it's me. Oh, what else have we got? Just a quick question. Why don't you speak about the test chain? The test chain shit, that's why I don't talk about it. It's pointless. The thing is, the test chain is required, but the tokens are not. That's my opinion on it, right? It could be a good play with small money, but we've kind of proven that it's not really much interest in it. It's like, So, when we talk about Kusama, why not have Kusama as a thing, but without the token, if that makes sense, right? So there's nothing wrong with, like, a lot of protocols and chains have test chains, obviously, but not as visible as this. I don't know whether there's some sort of incentive to have it, but there's 9 million volume on a layer 1 blockchain with what, I can't remember how many parachains. This has got more parachains, I think, than Polkadot as well. So it should be doing better than it is, but it's not. It's like, is it working? That's my question. Does it work? Is it working? Why hasn't it performed better? And we look at the likes of Moonbeam, Moon River, as you mentioned. Again, like, this was at $400 and something dollars or something ridiculous. There we go. It absolutely blew up and just. So yeah, there's a lot of questions regarding it. A lot of people will be looking at these test chains and going, well, I want the real one, please. I want Moonbeam. Or if they're looking at the other side of it and they'll look at, all the other projects that have got individual chains in different ones. So if you go on to, bear with me, Parachain, there we go. So parachain.info, what you can do on this website, bear with, I've not even watched all the decoded stuff yet. You can kind of see, hold on, let's go Parachain, Polkadot. All these little ones here are like the related project. So like A-Star, and you've got Shiden, for example, Shiden Network. Like if you're looking at Shiden, if I can spell the fucking thing, what was it all doing? Hold on. Probably easier just doing it through this, actually. Yeah. So this is a related. It's basically A-Star. It's just the other version of it. It's like, yeah, I just. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think it's very early to kind of make judgment, but for me, what would you rather have, A-Star or that? I know, like, people will look at the risk to reward, they'll look at, oh, it's only 13, but if no one's using it, no one's using it. So, why is ARB going up if there's no utility, no staking, no voting, no gas fees? ARB has a lot of use, you just don't see it. So a lot of people use a network to send stuff. It's predominantly a governance token, really. But when you look, it's I wouldn't say it's obvious. It's not. Bear with me. Hold on. Go on the bloody other website. So when we look at like the amount of locked is quite big. The amount of users. So what they're getting users from is obviously all the exchanges, so you can use the network on the likes of Uniswap and other wallets and stuff like that. So people do use it. But yes, there's a lot of things. See, I really liked the idea of it, and then like I was like, oh, I'm not sure. So I jumped out of it, and I'm quite happy I did, to be fair, because it's one of those things, it's like such a big thing that you want to kind of know what it's doing. But how will the fact of this affecting, so it's obviously fully diluted. It's quite a lot. It's like $12 billion. It's huge. It's a big boy, innit? So yeah, there's a lot of people use it. It's just, yeah, it's not as clear cut. I would rather buy something else personally, and I bought Rose, which is totally unrelated. It's just the way I think. But no, we'll see. I've only just noticed that the fear and greed's on here now. 59 when correction. Oh, BTC, man. There's expiries today on futures contracts today. That could be interesting. I don't really like Alex Becker, to be fair. That's no shock to anyone. All he does videos on is the metaverse and gaming. That's it. Like, he buggers off for 5 months and comes back with like some random coins that no one's heard of. So great. But yeah. I don't really know much about Clover in all fairness, but I am planning to go down the rabbit hole of Polkadot very soon and go through each project to give it a good old look and a gander. But from the initial offset, doesn't look too bad. I think any decent smart contract platform will do pretty well. Certainly if it can scale. Looks alright, to be fair. Nearly 1 million wallets, that's pretty decent. But yeah. There's a lot to go on with Polkadot. Could have so many good projects. They're just so new. It's like the fact that they came out at the wrong time. Like, you can see. Look at when the leasing happened. It was the 5th one to win. What's that to do? You know, like, that's the worst thing about them all. Like, literally, like, all the Parachains just literally went. That's the saddest thing about it, because they started rolling out in October, and then obviously from that point, obviously different ones, different timings, but you stand no chance with price. But it's opportunity, isn't it? If these are still developing, if the roadmaps are still there, if most of the emissions have gone, i.e. like people have got their crowd loan and taken the money off the table or sold, or teams have done whatever, there might be absolute steals in terms of value, and then they might just do bits. You just don't know though. But yeah, it's a decent little asset, to be fair. But yeah, that's a bit confusing with all the bridging technology. Ethereum compatible. Smart contract. It's got its own token. Available on ERC, Smart Chain, the native substrate, and as well Ethereum virtual machine substrate. But yeah. So yeah, there's a lot going on. It's all very complicated, isn't it? Quite a lot of them are, to be fair. But yeah, this is a decent website if anyone. Yeah, we got 39 Parachains, 43. We've still got 2 Crowdloans ongoing. Still need to watch Gavin do his bits and bobs. I need to watch that. That's like a video you watch with your tea or your dinner. It's like an hour plus video. This is an interesting one as well. Web Energy. So they're looking to do a Parachain very, very soon. So I think they're going through the bidding process in the next couple of months, which could be pretty interesting. A lot of people like that project. Whether it does well or not, I don't know. What else have we got? Do you prefer me being on YouTube versus Twitch, by the way? Seems a lot busier. But Twitch was alright. It's just they've brought too many rules out now. Is Bitcoin just dumped? Oh, hello. Altseason, baby. Look at it. Boom. Altseason. I'm going to annotate that for a bit of fun. This is probably not Altseason, I'm only joking, but you get the idea. This is what Altseason would be. Well, it'll be a mini Altseason, unless it just goes rabbit season. Be nice, wouldn't it? It was down 1%. That's quite a decent chunk, to be fair, to be down. But it's because Bitcoin's corrected quite a lot, actually, but the altcoins are actually doing okay. But there is expiries today, so just to give you an idea, there's a big old expiry. I think it's the second biggest in Bitcoin's history of expiry of options. And we were trying to work out in Learning Crypto Live this morning, did it happen at 9 a.m. UK time? Or was it when the US market opened? And the US market is literally just opened, what, 5 minutes ago? And now we've got a bit of volatility. So possibly the latter. But the altcoins have held up pretty well versus Bitcoin, which is what you want, really. Well, I say that, they have come down a little bit, but nowhere near as much as Bitcoin. Nice. Something to look at. But maybe we get this would be a nice alt season if that does happen, by the way. Doesn't look like much, but it will be. Because every time we've had these little dips, we've had nice little runs. If you remember what this was meme coin season. Oh, it's coming down quite a bit actually, Bitcoin. Oh no, we're getting destroyed. So as I was talking before about, oh, what an amazing candle closure this would be, now it's ruined. Oh no, it's not too bad. It's not the best candle now. It's like, oh, I've jinxed it now with this video. Solana's 150 would be a great place to sell, to be fair. Well, wouldn't sell all of it, but you come up because it could go higher. Huge risk to reward on Solana. Huge. And if it goes even higher than all-time high, you're laughing, aren't you? All right, who sold? Come on. That isn't nice. Dominance is still chucking down though. Volatility is here. It's not been a great week though. You can see with this candle structure, it's like when you go down to like lower time frames, it's like, look at it. So what might happen here? This area here, probably the low end, and then obviously up here, the high end. It's consolidation. Is it bullish continuation? Is it bearish continue? Who knows? Or a bearish correction essentially. So we've not had a deviation yet. But we are still in that point where a monthly close would still be pretty good, but not as good. If it was up here and we were closing, we'd be pretty good. That has to come down, surely. That's BTC dominance, by the way, if you're wondering. How much would that be? So 2.55% would be pretty decent, to be fair. Nice little correction, if that was to be the case. But we'll see how things plan out. My tunes have stopped. Yoink. Let's have a little look at this. Let's have a bit of fun. I'll remove that now. So, what have we got? Monthly time frame. A mess. Dog's dinner. Looks alright still-ish. Weekly. Not the best weekly, but it could be a lot worse. 3 day. Not looking grand. 2 day looking a bit shit. Daily is like, whatever. Still a decent place to close some candles though, to be fair, if it is up here on the monthly. But yeah, it looks pretty tragic now when you go to these lower time frames. It's starting to go lower. Ooh, it's getting really deep. There's going to be a short squeeze soon. Someone's going to get trapped here and it's going to go woof. How's mob doing? All right, you know. Apart from losing a lot of money just in the pits of this stream by this candle going silly bollocks. Will it hold on to 3K? Oh, look at this, just live commentary of candles, really. This is how exciting our Friday afternoons are. Someone's sold. Could be a lot worse, though. Nice rejection. You just know that someone just got very excited this morning and bought and went, oh, look at those, we're flying. Oh, no. Yeah, there's a lot of volatility. Minus 1,000, gone. I know nothing about Cardano's projects. Like, zilch. I have no idea. It's one project I've not really looked at. Like, I like Cardano Chain as a thing, but I've never looked at their individual projects. I wouldn't have a clue where to start. Would we not see a true alt season till... There's always alt seasons in the year, always. There's usually 2 or 3 a year. It's catching them. So when you look at BTC dominance, obviously up is bad, down is good. Whenever we get these little corrections, there's always some sort of run, depending on how big they are. So if we look at the past, you know, a lot of running up, running down, running up, running down, like a big one, then obviously a big massive push, then melt. So usually there's a couple of odd ones here and there, like for a couple of weeks, couple of months, whatever. But the big boy one is obviously these big macro cycle sort of situations where it's basically bull market vibes, where everyone's running against BTC. But yeah, it looks like altcoins are now starting to suffer a little bit more than BTC. Let me just remove that. So yeah, if we're looking at any alt season, obviously not set in stone, a correction. We've had a big massive pump to the upside. Obviously we've had meme coin season around this point. So if we have some sort of correction just doing something, even if it's down 3 or 4%, you're going to notice your altcoins versus BTC pairs will do well. However, you may not notice it. You may not notice it because the reason why you may not notice it is because if BTC USD values go down, you may not see it. You might just notice that your BTC pairs are going to. SEC says spot ETFs are inadequate. Of course they're going to say that because they don't want it. Be interesting to see what does happen with all these SEC kind of stuff. People may lose jobs soon. There's a few other reasons why it's dumping. We have had expiry on contracts as well. That'll be a big thing. Just get rid of all my bloody things. Bloody hell. So that's the news. I love Twitter sometimes. Usual Friday, yeah. What's the Nasdaq doing? Let's have a little look. Oh yeah, oops. Fuck's sake. This is going banana. Like, look, this is going crazy, really. Look at that. Recession? What recession? Stocks are just pumping like crazy. The VIX is still on the floor. Absolute madness. The dollar has doing its, like, it's still kind of in a downtrend-ish. We'll make a break, we'll see. Oh no, we've lost 30k. Oh shit. So we've gone from a really nice bullish stream to oh god, this is awful. 25k incoming again. Literally the start of this stream was, oh, if we close above here, it'll be absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Literally this morning I was looking at the close. It's like, oh, 15 hours to go. It's going to be all right, innit? Watch us close literally bang underneath that area. Be like, oh, you bastard. All good vibes though. It's going to be a boring year, I think. I've been saying this for a while, especially for altcoins. Look at the total 3, for example. Like, I've already got this on here. Like, boom. Eventually, it will do something. Last one out, switch to like, literally. Although it's some positivity here, the BTC dominance hasn't. You know, it's still going down. That's what you want. You don't want BTC to dump and that go up realistically. So that's always a little plus. Fucking hell, it is now coming down. Shit. Eyes on the ground, boys. So where can we go next? That's a good question. I'll not answer it myself. Swing to swing. 28,000. Nice little bit of structure level here. Just do that. Lovely. That isn't a bad area to bounce off, is it? And then what about if that is the case, so we just go boom, back up to this level? I'll remove all the noise. Because it is still in an uptrend, technically. That is a monster run, by the way. Bancoin claims BTC usually drops before halving, like half up. Yeah, but we're miles away from halving. Christ. We're just over a year away. So what data I know, and I put it on the Learning Crypto website, was after 100 days halving, BTC is often retraced. But a year later, it's often way up in the sky. It's literally like, boom, it's gone up like 4 or 5x. So that's usually the data. Before halving, there's usually something, and this is why we've seen Bitcoin Cash, even Litecoin doing really well, because there's a bit of hype. But remember, we're looking at April time for halving. We're only in June. So there's a long way to go. So get the other halvings out the way first. I wouldn't get too worried about it just yet. What happens when the Nasdaq dumps later today? Probably nothing. I think Bitcoin's probably already done its thing. There's been quite a lot of times where the Nasdaq dumps and we do nothing, or it pumps and it does the, as you can imagine, polar opposite, because we're doing it right now. It's fixed the while you're learning your shot. Yeah, it has. Good point. Free trial if anyone wants it at the top. Nice big discount too. £7.50 a month for 3 months. God, giving it away. I reckon the Zilliqa long's gone out the water though. That's the baby out the pram. How was that one doing? Yeah, that's died. Let's buy Zilliqa. Go. Send it. Jokes. Nah. Buy the lows. Sell the tops. 2 weeks ago, I was screaming at people, buy the dip, buy the lows, buy these regions, and look at where the price is now on a lot of assets. Yeah, we're correcting now. It's ugly, I know. But we had moved up quite a lot in a lot of things. You know, proof's in the pudding, really. Apart from Ethereum, it's not really done much. But there's a lot of things that have actually done pretty well. And they've actually, from the start of the month, or middle of the month, sorry, to where we are now, yeah, we had some nice little moves. This is why you buy support, just in case they bounce. Because they don't always bounce. Oh yeah, the trading room's got a few little trades. I'm not even looked in that today. I'm going to have a little look now. Oh, yeah, a lot of trades in there. 22 new messages, oh my god. Hey, congrats Pinky on your render trade. Full TP hit. Bosh. If anyone wants to, if anyone is from England and remembers a PG Tips advert with a load of monkeys on it, that is like what our members room looks like. It's just, you know, it's absolute comical, really. And Pinky's done well with that one. Shorty doing okay now. Yeah, there's some good ones in there. S&P 500 resistance. Yes, that is a big level, by the way. Because I'll show you. It's an obvious level. So when we're looking at this area here, we've just broken out of this little region here. But this one here, like we've had 1 tap, 2 tap, 3 taps of it. So if you put a big old area there, it's like we're in the middle, obviously, of that. But even there, though, that still, this area here is also a biggie. So yeah, it's looking relatively good. So it might go higher, but again, Apple just like, see you later, bye, I'll be the same. Amazon's recovering pretty well. Coca-Cola still over its all-time high. Google still flying. Meta's improving all the time. Microsoft, people predicted that Microsoft might double in value very, very soon because of its revenue. And then you got Nvidia. So some of the big tech stocks doing incredible. But yeah, it's absolutely crazy. So let's see where this goes. But yeah, with regards to this, that'll be interesting. The thing that people are worried about with this, obviously, is what happens to Bitcoin if it corrects. Don't know. Where are we at? That looks shit now, doesn't it? Well, we all know that they love to put news out. Good news at support and bad news at resistance. Still coming down though. It's doing alright though. Could be a lot worse, like. See how many buy orders are going to get plonked in though. Surely this area here has liquidity. Bigger past area. Big area we broke out before. So yeah, it should be fine. I'm not too worried. Yet. I reckon a lot of bears will be getting quite excited though. There's still a lot of people that still think we're going to go to like sub 10k. I was like, what? What's wrong with you? Let's get past 25 first. Ethereum's holding well. It's hardly moved. 0.55% down. It's doing well. Solana, doing all right. Even these pairs are doing all right. Anyone get caught up in this, by the way? Or anyone on it? Was anyone in any longs or anything? Dear Huobi user, you have been accessed. Fuck off. Leave it alone. Oh yeah, there's documents there. Sorry, I just got a lot of emails. Nightmare. It's mad to think that we got excited about a price move on altcoins when really not a lot's happened on a lot of them when you zoom out. It's quite funny, really. That just shows you the risk reward in these assets. Huge. EMA 21 could be important here. Bloody hell, you got quite a bit of dot there. Oh, yeah, stake that. If you actually have that many dot, you should have been staking ages ago. I've been staking dot ever since the start of it bloody being released. That's 91 dot a month. Oh, oh, for God's sake. I was going to say. Still a decent chunk of dot, though. Hold on. There you go. So you get roughly 17, it'll be about 17 to 18 per month compounded. Free money. Can't complain with free monies. This isn't fully correct, by the way. Like this, I think it's higher. I think it's about 17, 18% because inflation's actually a bit lower now on dot. So the rewards are actually pretty damn decent at the minute. Certainly I've noticed it tick up a little bit, which is quite good. Oh, hello. This is new. Ooh. Yeah, real rewards. I think it's a bit higher than that because that's taking in consideration the, what do you call it, the inflation of the network itself. But yeah, in terms of what you get, it's all right, yeah. Ledger. Just stake on Ledger. There's an article on Learning Crypto website that shows you how to do it step by step. Really easy to do. Pick 16 validators. Off you go. You get paid every day. It's ridiculous how many you get. Like, I'm not going to reveal what I get, but it's a lot more than what it was 3 months ago. Put it that way. I was like, oh, hello. It's because I've turned my controller wallet so it's like automatically compounding. So it's like, yeah, hello. So even though people like throw stuff at me going, oh, but you bought in early, the amount of money I've made in staking rewards is, you know, a zero-based cost has really helped my portfolio massively because it's free money in it. I mean, what's better? There's no better feeling than actually getting paid to actually hold something. You know, especially if it's like an asset you really like. But yeah, I'd be interested to see what Bitcoin closes like above 30k now. A lot of volatility today. Oh yeah, 100 euro a coin would be unbelievable. Good hell, I'll be out. You won't see me again if it hits 100. Auf Wiedersehen. I'll be on the beach. See you later. Yeah, it'd be a pretty big reward, that huge reward. I mean, I'm looking to do my staking in 2 parts now. I'm looking to, like, when it gets to a certain price point, change my control wallet to my available balance. So I'm building a pot there and then eventually unstake it all to hopefully sell it. I will be selling it all. No loyalty. I'll come back to it eventually, but money's king, innit? Profits are king. No one goes broke taking profit. We'll have to remember that. But no, there's been some good trades going on, I think, by the looks of things. Anyways, I'm going to shoot. Been on an hour. I'm a bit rusty. I need to go and pick up the missus from the hospital at some point soon because she's getting released today. Yee-hee. So next week I may not be as active all over the place. So Patreon videos might be less. YouTube videos might be less, although I've not been doing many YouTube videos recently. Learning crypto might be up in the air too. But yeah, I'll be about. Don't worry. Certainly in Discord. But yeah, I appreciate people coming out. I will be doing these, or aim to do these, twice a week. So my plan is to do Monday and Fridays as live streams, and then Tuesday, Thursday as normal videos. So there'll be 4 usually, but at the moment there won't be 4 because I've got to look after an invalid, unfortunately, which is always good fun. But yeah, appreciate the turnout. It's good fun. It's nice to be back on YouTube. If you want some nice badges, you can press the join button. If not, doesn't matter. But yeah, enjoy.